night, it is high school football time again here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. I'm Bob Johnson, and welcome in to Friday Night Lights as we get you ready for high school football action here this evening. And a couple of interesting contests to bring you tonight, to say the least. Here on the mothership on 1220, we'll go out to Steve Grogan Stadium, and Gary Bateman will have the call of Eudora at Ottawa High, and you'll also hear that on 103.7 FM KOFO. There will be a link also on KOFO.com. And our other featured matchup, the exclusive KOFO High School Football Game of the Week on KOFO.com, will feature Santa Fe Trail and Wellsville. We've got a long list of games to get to you here, teams in the area, and we'll break down some of those matchups as we go along here on Friday Night Lights. We'll also get you updated on the weather for both games that will be on the air and on the internet here this evening. And we'll get you updates from the broadcast locations. We'll hear from Gary Bateman at Steve Grogan Stadium. Not only is Ottawa High back at home, but it's homecoming, and it's also the Wall of Honor night. So a lot of festivities there at the high school here this evening. And we'll talk to Gary a little bit about that. We'll also talk with Luke Queen about the Santa Fe Trail-Wellsville matchup as we get you ready for the ball games here this evening. As we mentioned, it's Eudora and Ottawa High here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. This game features two teams that have struggled so far this season. Both teams come in at 0-5. Somebody has to win tonight. There's just no doubt about it. Somebody will get their first victory here tonight unless the weather happens to change and it gets postponed. But someone should get their first victory here this evening. Ottawa High has really, they've picked it up a little bit over the last couple of weeks. Last week saw the Cyclones jump out to a 2-score lead against Bonner Springs, but they were unable to hold it as they ended up losing that game 41-21. Eudora continued their losing streak by falling 34-0 to Lewisburg. So both teams really just struggling so far to get things to go their way, just anything positive. And Ottawa High, though, hopefully to pick up their first victory tonight as these two teams meet for an opportunity to get that first victory of the year. Eudora last year defeated Ottawa High, and then Ottawa High won in 2016 by the score of 39-20. So these two teams have split games the last 2 years. The rubber matchup is tonight, and be nothing better than to see the Cyclones get that first victory of the year for homecoming here this evening. Now, the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week will feature the 2-3 Santa Fe Trail Chargers on the road to Wellsville to take on the 3-2 Eagles. After 2 straight losses, the Wellsville Eagles picked up a win last week over Bishop Ward by rolling them 62-6 in that ball game. Santa Fe Trail comes into tonight's game having lost their last 2 games, including a 28-6 drubbing last week from Perry Lecompton. And Santa Fe Trail looks to snap their losing skid and pick up momentum as we get closer to the end of the season. Wellsville, after a couple of losses, going to try to keep the mo on their side after getting a victory last week as we head towards the final parts of the season. Wellsville looking to make another trip to the state playoffs, and a victory here tonight will help them go a long way to getting them in a good position to do that. So that's the 2 games we'll be broadcasting for you here this evening. Some of the other action going on in the area that we will keep tabs on for you this evening. It will be Silver Lake, who comes in at 5-0. They'll be in Pomona tonight to take on the West Franklin Falcons, who are 2-3. Silver Lake continues their winning tradition, having won their first 5 ball games, including rolling Central Heights last week by the score of 75-0. West Franklin have lost 2 in a row, and they fell last week to McLouth 26-24 in a close contest. These two teams have not played each other since the 2009 season when Silver Lake ran through West Franklin 55-0. Now, if I remember correctly, I was on the call for that during the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week. I do believe that was the night that power went out in part of the county, and so we had almost an hour delay in that contest, and we were finally able to get back on the air and get rolling with it. But it has been since the 2009 season since these two teams have met, and West Franklin would like nothing more than to level their record at 500 and pull the upset here this evening, but they're going to have a tough time against this Silver Lake bunch. Another team who is perfect on the year, Osage City, comes in at 5-0. They'll be at Central Heights, who are 2-3. And the Indians look to stay perfect. They destroyed Oskaloosa 56-0 last week. Central Heights took a beating at the hands of perennial powerhouse Silver Lake 75-0. Osage City has won the last two meetings between these two teams, including a 55-12 victory last season. So these 3A squads looking to Osage City looking to stay perfect and keep things rolling on towards sub-state, while Central Heights wanting to get to 500. It's been an interesting season up and down for the Vikings, and they look to have a better performance this week coming off of that loss to Silver Lake last week. Anderson County and Osawatomie in a matchup between two struggling ball clubs. Anderson County 1-4 on the year. Osawatomie is at 0-5. And the Bulldogs lost to Girard last week 35-21, while Osawatomie, as we mentioned, still looking for their first victory of the season after dropping the first 5 games, including a 42-19 thumping by Iola last week. Osawatomie has had the better of Anderson County, though, going 4-1 over the last 5 years, including a 42-29 victory last year. So if you're going with how things have gone over the last few years, Osawatomie could pick up their first victory tonight, but Anderson County looking to go to 2-4 in this matchup. So two teams who have also struggled, that should be an interesting one, and we'll bring you updates on that as they become available. Piper and Paola play tonight. Paola continues on their perfect start. They defeated Baldwin 42-0 last week. The Panthers are 5-0, while Piper is at 3-2. Piper has lost their last 2 games, including the 21-7 loss to Tonganoxie last week. And Paola won last year's meeting between these two schools 35-21, while in 2016 it was Piper who came up with the victory. So this is a rubber matchup between these two squads. But Paola right now at 5-0, looking to go to 6-0 as they continue on their march towards sub-state. Some other games here tonight that we'll definitely be keeping an eye on for you. Atchison is on the road at Lewisburg. Atchison is 4-2 on the season. Lewisburg is at 5-0. Bonner Springs goes to Baldwin. Both of those teams are 2-3 on the season. Linden, who has struggled this year, comes into tonight's game with Jefferson County North at 2-3. Linden will be on the road, and Jefferson County North is 2-3 on the season. Rural Vista 1-4 will travel to Waverly, where Waverly has had a great season so far, 4-1 on the year, and we'll try to get you updates as the night goes on with those scores. And a matchup between two teams that are struggling in the lower divisions of football here in the state of Kansas. Hartford at 1-4 will be at Meridazine Valley tonight, who are 0-5 on the year. And Crest and Chitopa, both teams winless so far this year. They play each other with Crest on the road at Chitopa, and so they look to get their first victories of the season. So that's our schedule of games that we'll be bringing updates on for you as the evening goes on. And it's time now to get you caught up on weather, as weather more than likely not going to be an issue for the ball game right now. But as the evening goes on, the chances of rain will go up. There is an 80% chance tonight, but most of that will be after the ball games are over. At least that's currently right now. South wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, and but once the ball games are done and we get later on in the night, that's going to switch to the northwest. So a chance of rain, but right now expecting, we're going to say partly clear skies for most of the evening for that ball game. Over in Wellsville, we're expecting just about the same thing, same chance of rain there. It's currently 83 in Wellsville. It's 84 in Ottawa. Humidity's at 65%, so it's kind of sticky out there in Wellsville, 62 in Ottawa, so that's a little sticky there. The wind is gusting from the south, 16 to 23 miles per hour, and right now in Wellsville, out of the south at 14 miles per hour. So that wind could play a role in the ball game tonight with the kicking game and maybe a little bit on the passing side. But with the humidity, it's going to be sticky. You're going to hope that the players did a good job of hydrating themselves this week, and because that could end up being an issue with cramping later on as the night goes on. With the way that the humidity is. Dew point is at 70, so it's super, super damp out there, to say the least. So that's a look at your weather for both locations of the games tonight. And take a quick peek at radar while we have the opportunity here to see what's going, anything's out there right now. And it doesn't look like it, so it looks like we're going to have clear sailing, at least right now, for both of the ball games. So stay tuned with us as we will get you ready for the contest. Again, a reminder, at 6:40, we will join Gary Bateman out at Ottawa High at Steve Grogan Stadium here on KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM, and also on KOFO.com, and then exclusively on KOFO.com, we will have Luke Queen at 6:40. Both of those, both Gary and Luke Queen with the Super Stands Cleaning Service pregame shows. So we'll take our first break of the night, and when we come back, we'll take you out to both Gary Bateman and Luke Queen as we get you ready for kickoff. But first, a break. You're listening to Friday Night Lights on KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM.
Social Security provides a death benefit of $255, but the average funeral can cost $10,000 or more. Something isn't adding up. A Modern Woodman representative can help make sure you have enough life insurance to fit your needs and budget. Modern Woodman can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
Hello, I'm Dale Pearson, your Modern Woodman agent in Ottawa, Kansas. Call me today at 242-6566.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Being framed has never been more fun. See Ottawa Paint, Frames, and Decor, 109 South Main, Ottawa.
Taking the time to check a few things on your vehicle now can save time later. Lights, signals, and wipers are in working order and your fluids are full. This reminder is from CarStar Ottawa, keeping you safe on the road. Call 242-8916. CarStar. Relax. We'll take it from here.
Moving into a new house? Let us get your place clean and ready for your new start. This is Brandy from Clean and Shine. Give me a call today for a free estimate for jobs of any size. 785-418-3727.
Want to sit front row and see the Chiefs play at Arrowhead Stadium? KOFO and McCoy's Furniture Loft want to send you. All you have to do is stop by Furniture Loft in Osage City or Emporia and register. You and a friend could be sitting in the front row to watch a Chiefs game. Only one win per person per season. No purchases necessary. Must be 18 to win. The next giveaway is for the Chiefs game on October 21st versus the Cincinnati Bengals. We'll announce the winner on October 15th during the Brad Howard Early Morning Show.
Back here on Friday Night Lights, as I'm Bob Johnson, and I want to let you know before we talk with Gary and with Luke that the KOFO Bank Midwest Count the Cash promotion continues through the 17th of this month. All you have to do to win $1,037 in cash is guess how much money has been placed in the KOFO Bank Midwest Cash Cube. You can see the cube and make a guess at Bank Midwest at 5th and Main any weekday. You can only guess once at each sponsor location. We will have the Cash Cube at McCoy's Furniture Loft in Osage City on October 10th, and the Gun Guys on October 13th. We'll also be scheduling other live remotes as we get closer to that date, and so you have the opportunity to make your guess as many times, but remember only one time at each location before the 17th. Guess and win $1,037 in cash from Bank Midwest and KOFO. It's time now, as we will do every week, we're going to head out and talk to Gary Bateman, who is at Steve Grogan Stadium tonight for homecoming for the Ottawa High Cyclones. Gary, welcome into Friday Night Lights.
Well, thank you, Bob, and it's a perfect evening for some football, looks like.
Looks like we're going to escape the rain for most of the night, but it's a little humid, little humid out there, but it should be, once the sun goes down, hopefully that'll go away a little bit.
Right.
So the Cyclones... Oh, go ahead, Gary.
Go right ahead, Bob.
So the Cyclones had a good start to the game last week. Things seemed to be clicking, and then it just kind of fell apart, and they ended up losing. So in the grand scheme of things, what happened in that ball game last week, Gary?
Well, as you mentioned, they got off to a great start. They intercepted passes on each of the first two Bonner Springs possessions. On the second one, they got into the end zone. Then the defense continued to play well into the early part of the second period. They had a short field and drove it down. A couple of really nice runs by the junior Xavi Bithe to get a 14-0 lead, and things were really looking good for the Cyclones at that point. But then Bonner got his offense going, and once they did that, the Cyclones really struggled. Noah Villarreal, the Bonner Springs quarterback, kind of found the seams in the Ottawa defense, and all of a sudden Bonner scores 21 unanswered points, and right before half, it's looking like, oh, this thing's getting away from Ottawa High. But strange play, one of the strangest plays I've seen in quite some time, on the final play of the first half, where Jackson Allen threw an interception trying to get the ball downfield to Chad Bones, but then Bones stripped the football from the interceptor and went into the end zone, and all of a sudden with the extra point, we were tied up to halftime, and things were looking good. Ottawa was going to get the second half kickoff, but unfortunately they fumbled on that first possession. Bonner took it in, and from then on, it was just pretty much all Braves.
Would you say that once things started to go downhill, that the Cyclones, maybe their psyche kind of just went with it?
Actually, that's one of the things we talked with Rob Hedrick about, and I think that's true. Sometimes you've got to win a game before you know how to win a game, and sometimes it's not one of those things that you just go out there and dominate a team. You just survive and somehow come away with a W, and that helps you from an emotional and a psychological standpoint going forward.
And of course, with it being homecoming, I'm sure the Cyclones are going to look to try to have a good showing. They've got Eudora, who is at 0-5, so one of these teams has to come away with the victory here tonight. What's going to be the key?
Might as well be Ottawa High, Bob, and that's the Cyclones' thought process on this. It might as well be Ottawa High.
Let me ask this in a sense. We're this far into the season. You're pretty much who you are. There's not a lot of adjustments that you can make, especially if you have injuries, things like this. When you're this far into the season, do you think that Coach might just throw things out the window and say, what the heck, we've got nothing to lose, let's try something different? Well,
that might be the case. One thing that Ottawa's, got working, I'll say, against them, and that's hard to say. It remains to be seen until after the game here, but Jackson Allen went out with a head injury last week, and so now they're with the junior Caleb Kessinger, and he's gonna be the starter here this evening, and he's not played a lot here at the varsity level. So you may want to maybe be a little bit more conservative to start off, or you may well, like you said, just say, the heck with this, we're going to see what we can do.
Caleb is going to be playing this week. What does he bring? What kind of differences should we see between him and Jackson Allen?
Well, I've just not seen enough of him at a QB to be able to answer that question. Of course, being a coach's son, he is the coach, or he is the son of OU head football coach Kent Kessinger. You would think that he would be a very heady player and know the game well. But trying to transfer that into live action sometimes is not the easiest thing to do.
Gary, what's Ottawa got to do to get a victory here tonight?
Well, I think they've got to keep Eudora on its heels. Eudora I mean, these two teams, if you look at them statistically, they're almost mirror images of each other. They turn the ball over a lot. They shoot themselves in the foot, and that's what Ottawa High has done all season long. And if you're Ottawa, from a defensive standpoint, that's exactly what you want to continue to do. You want them to continue to make those mistakes and give you some opportunities. Now, offensively, it's the same thing, just in the opposite direction. You need to protect the football. Do not turn it over. Do not make the silly penalties, those types of things. So I think those are the factors here tonight. You have to hope that the homecoming crowd's going to get everybody excited, and that can be a factor, too, on a night like tonight.
Well, Gary, we will join you in about 14 minutes for the Superstands cleaning service, Rob Hedrick pregame show. Have a good call tonight, and thank you for joining us again this week on the Friday Night Lights Show.
All right, Bob, and we'll talk again next week then.
All right, thank you, Gary. So that is the skinny on what's going on with Ottawa High tonight. Now we got the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week with Santa Fe Trail at Wellsville. Let's bring on Luke Queen of Friday Night Lights. Luke, welcome in. How you doing?
I'm doing well tonight, Bob. How about yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. You've got a pretty entertaining game to call here this evening. 2-3 Santa Fe.
Absolutely. These two teams not separated by much as far as mileage to travel, and records are pretty evened up, and they usually put on a pretty good show between the two of them.
Santa Fe Trail at 2-3, Wellsville at 3-2. The Eagles last week, they snapped a 2-game skid. What's going to be what was part of the reasoning that they kind of ran afoul for a couple of weeks, and what helped them get out of that funk?
Well, when the loss to Burlington, it was Burlington definitely downhill running team, and they just stick with it, and just kind of beat it, win it at the line of scrimmage is the way they're going to do it, and they fought, and Wellsville also suffered an injury that night. Then go on the road the next week at Perry LeCompton, who's playing pretty good football, and lose, get another player knocked out with a concussion, and just it kind of recovering from all those things. Losing a couple starters can really make a change to a team, how the dynamics go.
How does Wellsville come into tonight's game? You mentioned those injuries. Are they still pretty well banged up? Will they have some of these players back? What's it look like tonight?
Well, not going to have either one of them back tonight. Luke Richards is, still trying to clear through the protocol, and hopefully, try and get back here pretty soon, hopefully by next week. Dawson Reeve is out again here this evening. His was a concussion suffered at Perry LeCompton, and he's still under the protocol as well. But the last week they didn't have either player, and got back on track in a big way at Ward, 62-6. So the Coach Berkdahl got them lined up, and they went after it last week. That's for sure.
What's going to be the key here tonight for Wellsville to come away with a victory on Santa Fe Trail?
I think Wellsville's going to really have to put their focus in at the line of scrimmage, especially defensively. Santa Fe Trail is definitely a rushing team. They average almost 260 yards per game on the ground, just under 100 in the air. So really another team that likes to really run the football. And so Wellsville going to have to, down in the trenches up front, on the defensive line is really going to be where they're going to be able to kind of control this game, and then obviously offensively use the dynamic offense that they have. Good quarterback, Zach Vance, well adept both throwing and passing. Good running game with Tanner Shalkowski leading the way out of the backfield is how Wellsville will definitely do offensively, but defensively I think it's definitely in the trenches up front is where they're going to get this victory here this evening.
Luke, I appreciate you taking time out, and we will join Luke Queen at 6:40 for the Superstands Cleaning Service pregame show. Of course, this game exclusively heard on KOFO.com. Luke, thank you. Have a good call tonight.
All right. Thank you, Bob. We'll talk to you again.
All right. That's Luke Queen joining us from Wellsville for the KOFO Game of the Week. And so that's where things stand right now with both of the games that we're going to be broadcasting. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to check in on some local coaches as the Friday Night Lights preview show continues here on 103.7 FM, KOFO, and 1220 on KOFO.com. Get the breakdown and the shakedown on Ottawa University Braves football with the Kent Kessinger Show all season long on your sports source for East Central Kansas, 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. Win or lose, Coach K will discuss the X's and O's of the previous week. He'll give the info you need for the next week, but we'll have a little fun along the way. It's the Kent Kessinger Show on your sports source for East Central Kansas, 1220, 103.7 FM, and KOFO.com.
Radio. It's been here all along. You know which station is going to tell you the score of the game or where to turn when the weather gets rough. When something big happens, good or bad, you know where to go. And now radio has evolved to move with you with the Next Radio app in your FM-enabled phone. Just plug in your headphones to start experiencing radio in a whole new way while using way less battery and data than streaming apps. Find your favorite stations like the one you're listening to right now. Download the free Next Radio app today. Next Radio, live and local, wherever you go.
Back here on Friday Night Lights, I'm Bob Johnson. As we inch closer and closer to kickoff at the top of the hour, we'll join Gary Bateman and Luke Queen for the Superstands Cleaning Services pregame shows at 6:40. But as we like to do every week, we like to check in with other county schools. And right now we're going to check in with Central Heights as Sam White had a chance to talk with their head coach as the Vikings themselves get ready for their game against Osage City. So let's go to Sam with the coach for Central Heights.
Sam White here on a Friday Night Lights pregame show, and I'm joined by Central Heights Coach Bob Risch. How you doing this evening, Coach?
Doing great.
Well, so you guys played Silver Lake, and I know Silver Lake for a long time there was a kind of a perennial powerhouse, and they still kind of seem to be. What kind of positive things have you taken away for the guys this week for this upcoming game against Linden?
Yeah, I think definitely it's still a powerhouse. I think this year they have a program that has really got things rolling, got things going together. I think some of the positive stuff that we got out of Silver Lake is just as many steps as we've taken to move forward. We still have some steps to go, and so this week in practice, the kids have been extremely focused and realizing that even though we have a couple wins under our belt, we've still got some improvement to do. It's still got a ways to go to get to where we want to be.
So what's it going to take overall, like if you had to poke three major keys for Linden? They do like to run the ball, and they are kind of a ball-hawking defense. What are some of the hardcore keys that's going to take it to get that third win tomorrow or tonight?
Yeah, I think it's just basically being focused throughout the game, focusing on our own keys. So player-specific is not getting wrapped up in each individual play, but just focusing on that next play and what we need to do during that. What's our assignment? What's our keys? And how can we, as individuals, help this team to work together and to be successful on that night? So just focusing on our job and trusting our teammates around us.
Well, thank you, Coach, and good luck. This is Sam for the Friday Night Lights pregame show with Coach Risch. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
I want to say thanks to Sam White, and we get up close to a time where we'll switch off here between our two games. Again, a reminder, and here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com, it'll be Eudora in Ottawa. Gary Bateman will have that call as it is homecoming at Steve Grogan Stadium. And then over on KOFO.com, the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week features Santa Fe Trail in Wellsville. Luke Queen will have that one. We'll join him for the Superstands Cleaning Service pregame show at 6:40 exclusively on KOFO.com. Want to remind everybody, 10 o'clock tonight, after all the high school action is complete, you can join Nick Gosnell here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO for the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show, as Nick will have updates and finals, and we'll have audio updates from all the action going on throughout the state of Kansas that he can fit into an hour program. So you can check in and get other updates from around the state on the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show at 10 o'clock tonight. And then a reminder that tomorrow I will be on the air with you from Sterling, Kansas, starting at 12:30 for the Super Stands Cleaning Service Ottawa University Braves pregame show. It is a 1:30 kick, and we'll have that game for you here on the Mothership, also on 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com. So a lot of football to get to. Also another Ottawa University triple header tomorrow with football, and also with Ottawa University Braves soccer tomorrow night. So that'll be on the air. So we'll definitely want to, you'll want to tune in for your Ottawa University athletic fix here as we continue on with our sports programming. And we appreciate you joining us, whether it's over the airwaves or online. We appreciate each and every one of you joining us for all of our broadcasts, as we couldn't do this without you when it comes to bringing you all the action throughout the evening. Want to say thanks to my board op, Larson Johnson, for keeping us on the air. He does a great job as usual. Want to say thanks to Sam White, who got us some audio for the Friday Night Lights show. And also say thanks to Gary Bateman and Luke Queen for joining us to get us up to date on what to expect for tonight's games that we're going to be carrying for you. And we'll appreciate you joining us, as that's going to wrap it up for us here this evening for the Friday Night Lights preview show, as we'll be joining the Super Stands Cleaning Service pregame shows here either on the Mothership and 103.7 FM KOFO or on KOFO.com. Thanks again for listening to Friday Night Lights. I'll talk to you again next week here on KOFO.
Thank you for listening to the Friday Night Lights High School Football Preview Show. Stand by for your Super Stands Cleaning Service Cyclone pregame show on KOFO and your Game of the Week pregame show online at KOFO.com.
Want to sit front row and see the Chiefs play at Arrowhead Stadium? KOFO and McCoy's Furniture Loft want to send you. All you have to do is stop by Furniture Loft in Osage City or Emporia and register. You and a friend could be sitting in the front row to watch a Chiefs game. Only one win per person per season. No purchases necessary. Must be 18 to win. The next giveaway is for the Chiefs game on October 21st versus the Cincinnati Bengals. We'll announce the winner on October 15th during the Brad Howard Early Morning Show.
Stay tuned for the following special presentation from KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM. KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this Ottawa Cyclone football broadcast and the Super Stands Cleaning Service Rob Hedrick pregame show on 103.7 FM, 1220, and online at KOFO.com. Make Super Stands your cleaning man for carpet, upholstery, furniture, or tile. Call Super Stands Cleaning Service for a free estimate today at 418-2463. Now, for a preview of tonight's game, here's KOFO Sports Director Gary Bateman.
And good evening, everyone. From Steve Grogan Stadium, it's time for the Super Stands Cleaning Service Ottawa Cyclone pregame show as the Cyclones get set to take on the Eudora Cardinals in Frontier League play. Both teams coming into tonight's action with 0-5 records. Both teams have struggled. Both teams have been beaten by at least 13 points in every one of their outings. But somebody is going to get well here this evening as the Cardinals take on the Cyclones here. Homecoming 2018 at Ottawa High. And we'll take a break right here and come back with our weekly interview with head coach Rob Hedrick. You're listening to the Super Stands Cleaning Service Cyclone pregame show on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Ask any coach. Wishing for a good game is not the best game plan. At home, wishing your carpet and furniture were clean isn't much of a game plan either. Stop wishing. Let Super Stan be your cleaning man. Super Stan's Cleaning Service at 418-2463. Stan's been making life clean, fresh, and more enjoyable for your friends and neighbors for over 40 years. Kids, pets, unexpected visits from relatives. They all can take a toll on your carpet. Live life clean and fresh. Call Superstand's Cleaning Service today at 418-2463. Let Stan be your cleaning man. 418-2463.
Want to sit front row and see the Chiefs play at Arrowhead Stadium? KOFO and McCoy's Furniture Loft want to send you. All you have to do is stop by Furniture Loft in Osage City or Emporia and register. You and a friend could be sitting in the front row to watch a Chiefs game. Only one win per person per season. No purchases necessary. Must be 18 to win. The next giveaway is for the Chiefs game on October 21st versus the Cincinnati Bengals. We'll announce the winner on October 15th during the Brad Howard Early Morning Show.
And time now for the Rob Hedrick Show as part of the Superstand's Cleaning Service pregame show here on KOFO. Last week, the Cyclones traveled to Bonner Springs, took on the Braves for the first time in 17 years. And gosh, Coach, it was an entertaining game, but not the way you really wanted it to turn out, especially after the great start.
Yeah, no, I said we let things get out of control in the second half, and we were unable to stop the momentum that they gained from a couple of our turnovers. And once they got the momentum, we were unable to stop it. And like I say, it got away from us. And what was a really good game turned into another big spread for us.
Started off great. Interceptions, one by Brandon Carlson, the other one by Adrian Aho. First couple possessions. Couldn't get the ball into the end zone that first time, but you had the short field the second time around, and a little 10-yard drive capped off by Jackson Allen from 3 yards out.
Yep, it was fun. It was really fun to see the excitement with the boys, and the celebrations they had. To have something good happen. We are unbelievable. Week 5 is our first lead of the season. And to capitalize on a big play that one of their teammates had made. It was exciting. It was fun. And that first drive after that first turnover, we almost scored on that nice wheel route. And then when defense came up big again, like they have so many times this year. And another big turnover, short field, and Jackson pops it in there on a nice run. And all of a sudden we're up on them, and we got a lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm on our sideline, and we ran with it for a while.
The defense really played well in the first half, kind of got tired, I think, in the second half, but set up the short field and a couple of really nice runs by Xavi Bethe to get into the end zone.
Yeah, that's what he's going to start tonight, just because I thought the explosiveness he brought. Now, Elias is also battling an injury, but Elias still does a great job, and he's going to get a lot of reps at tailback. But Xavi, like you said, he just showed some real explosiveness from the tailback spot. And I'd say if you watch on film, the hole that the O-line opened up, that was a thing of beauty. Yeah. So they blocked that perfect, and Xavi hit it hard, and it was fun to watch. And we haven't had many big plays like that offensively, so it was fun to watch. I enjoyed it.
Bonner, once they kind of got their passing attack going, they're so versatile because the Crone kid, he's hard to stop from the running back spot, but Villarreal really started to hurt the Cyclones then with the pass.
Like I said, that's a good offense they have, and there are a lot of different options. And several times with their big running back, they didn't block it that well. He just broke tackles. Yeah. He's a big, strong kid, and it takes a good effort and a team effort to tackle him. And that's kind of what those big backs do. They kind of wear you down. And as you notice in the second half, his gains started getting bigger and bigger.
And they were more jersey tackles and things like that.
Yep, the kids were getting a little worn down, and he was getting stronger as the game went on. It appeared, and and like I said, they that hook and ladder they hit was perfect. I mean, as a coach, you admire that. We've hit a couple of those in our day, and that was a big play for them because we had them down in a situation where they made a lot of plays. Credit to them, and like I said, that's a tough offense to start or to stop, and they started as the game went on. They started finding our weak spots and taking advantage of it.
Talk a little bit about the final play of the first half. Cyclones got the ball. They're trying to get the ball downfield. Allen throws a pass intended for Chad Bones. It's picked off, and then all of a sudden we see Chad running in the other direction.
Yeah, it was great. That was we got the ball back. We're trying to make it a last second thing because I didn't want to risk a turnover and then get another shot. So what it was interception. They had possession. Chad strips it. So it was a fumble, a defensive fumble or offensive fumble for them. He great hustle, picks it up, scoops and scores. So it was an actual change of possession on the interception. Chad strips it, takes it back in the end zone. So that was a very exciting finish to the half, and again, gave us a lot of momentum going into halftime, a lead at halftime, and obviously we didn't follow through with that well in the second half.
Yeah, and I think maybe the play of the game, when it really boils down to it, was the fumble or on the first possession of the third period.
It is, and that's what we talked about it. My halftime speeches must be the worst in history, because we come out of that halftime, third quarter sometimes just not playing well and making big mistakes like that, and it cost us. We lost all the momentum. They score, then we kind of lose some wind in our sails, and then another turnover, and there we go again.
It's one of those situations sometimes where you've got to get that victory before you can start really tasting it in a situation like that, isn't it?
It is, and the kids have been a part of winning teams, and it's such a mental hurdle to climb when you've lost so many games, and as soon as something negative happens, it's hard to get that, climb back over that hurdle of saying it's fine, we can come back, we can battle. So that's something we need to. Hopefully, we can, get back in the winner's circle this week, and that every win helps, every good thing helps, every positive play helps, and we need that in a bad way. The kids do, the coaches do, our fans do. So hopefully we can make that happen against Eudora.
Well, we'll be back to talk about the Eudora Cardinals, tonight's opponent, after we take this time out. You're listening to the Rob Hedrick Show, part of the Superstands Cleaning Service pregame show here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Ask any coach. Wishing for a good game is not the best game plan. At home, wishing your carpet and furniture were clean isn't much of a game plan either. Stop wishing. Let Superstand be your cleaning man. Superstand's Cleaning Service at 418-2463. Stan's been making life clean, fresh, and more enjoyable for your friends and neighbors for over 40 years. Kids, pets, unexpected visits from relatives, they all can take a toll on your carpet. Live life clean and fresh. Call Superstand's Cleaning Service today at 418-2463. Let Stan be your cleaning man. 418-2463.
People like me are powerless over alcohol, and if we could outthink it, outrun it, do whatever we needed to do, we could beat it, but we can't by ourselves. Everything I have, everything I've done, I owe to Valley Hope.
An estimated 88,000 people die from alcohol-related causes annually, making it the third leading preventable cause of death in the United States. For more information, visit valleyhope.org. Sponsored by Valley Hope Association and the station.
Back here talking with Coach Rob Hedrick. Cyclones homecoming tonight, and the opponent is the Eudora Cardinals. Coach, almost a mirror image of the Cyclones, at least from a record standpoint and from some of the scores that we've seen.
Exactly. It's we've talked about it all week with the boys, that these guys are almost a mirror image, because they'll move the ball, they have good things happen, and they turn over. I think they average more turnovers per game than we do, and that's hard to do. They've only scored 19 points on the season, and they have, having an Elston at quarterback, that's tough, because that young man is an absolute beast. I remember back, he started against us in 16 as a sophomore, and we had a pretty salty defense that year, and he scored, I think, was 3 touchdowns by himself, basically.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that kind of shows you how their year has gone, to have an Elston at quarterback and only score 19 points. They're just they're shooting themselves in the foot a lot of turnovers, and obviously that is the same battles that we're fighting in so many spots. So that really is. I mean, they got a pretty good defense, and they haven't given up a ton of points, but it's really the turnovers that have hurt them very bad. That's been their Achilles heel, is the turnovers.
So that being said, what will we see from them offensively here this evening?
A decent amount of options, some zone. They throw the ball a little bit more than they have in the past with their new coach, Coach Hayden. They throw the ball a little bit more, but mostly it's just, it's either going to be the quarterback or the tailback carrying the ball. They'll still run some inside trap with the fullback, a lot more zone than we're used to seeing from them. But they've these last couple of weeks, they've had some option, or quite a bit of success with the weak side option. So expect to see a decent amount of that tonight.
So defensively, being assignment sound is going to be important here this evening.
What we worked on all week is trapping the quarterback. I mean, that's what you got to take away Elston, because he's such a fine football player and such a strong runner. everybody's going to be keen on Elston. If they beat us with the pass, so be it. It's just you can't let a player like Elston get loose. And you got to keep him. You got to keep him contained, and you have to attack between the tackles because they are trying to establish the tackle in the tackle box. So hopefully we can get in there, put some pressure on them, attack their mesh points, and hopefully cause some turnovers.
Now, from an offensive standpoint, what will you try to do here tonight against Eudora?
Very aggressive front. It's going to be a 4-man front again. Very aggressive up front. So I think we'll have some success with a few of our trap plays. I really think we're going to be able to take advantage of some things we see in the secondary. So we'll look to hit them with some short passing, and that's a short passing game that hopefully turns into the big pass plays. But short passing game, and then take advantage of their aggressiveness with the D-line to use that against them and run inside the tackle box.
Now, you'd mentioned in the first segment about Elias White and a broken thumb, right?
Yeah, it's not broken, but it was. Okay. I think it was severely bruised, dislocated. Okay. So he was pretty limited in practice, and it's going to be taped up pretty heavy tonight in a very awkward way. Mm-hmm. So I'm really, really worried about him handling the ball. He's a tough kid, so I know pain won't be a problem. Pain tolerance won't be a problem for him. It's just the physical hurting him again. So that's what I'm worried about with Elias. Jackson Allen is out tonight. Caleb Kessinger is going to step into the starting quarterback role, and then we also worked, due to Elias's injury, we worked Chad Bones a little bit at quarterback. Honestly, with some of our situations, personnel issues, we worked so many kids in so many spots, and the kids know you don't know where you're going to end up playing. Right. You got to be ready anywhere on both sides of the ball. In fact, our depth is a little bit worse, a little bit thinner. Actually, not worse, a little thinner on the defensive side of the ball as opposed to the offensive side of the ball. So, but that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun. You that's the joy of being part of a team is you come together and next man up and see what you can make. Put your best foot forward and see what you can get done on game night.
Homecoming tonight, so should be a lot of folks in the stands and a lot of excitement surrounding that, and hopefully that'll carry on to the game too.
I sure hope so. We've always had good crowds and good homecoming crowds, and our previous home games, there's been a lot of alumni there, a lot of football alumni, which I love seeing them, absolutely love it, and hopefully there's a lot of them there here tonight, and hopefully we get to see them before or after the game, and hopefully we get to celebrate a victory for them or with them.
What would you consider to be a basic key to victory tonight?
Just not turn over the ball. Seriously, if we don't turn the ball over, we're going to have a very good chance of winning the game. Period. That's it. That's it. And don't hurt ourselves anymore with penalties and turnovers, and we'll have a great chance to win the game.
Okay, thanks, Coach. We'll talk with you next week.
Thanks very much.
And we're back with more here from Steve Grogan Stadium. After this timeout, you're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
The skills you can develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you an edge in the high-tech job market of tomorrow. The Guard offers career training to take advantage of your skills in science, technology, engineering, and math that can help give you a leg up to a high-paying and rewarding STEM profession. Get a head start on your career while earning money to pay for college. Log on to NationalGuard.com to learn about all of the STEM career opportunities in the Army National Guard. Sponsored by the Kansas Army National Guard. Aired by the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
The KOFO Sports Guide keeps you in touch with your team, area high schools, or Ottawa University. Find your team's schedule in the KOFO Sports Guide, featuring football, volleyball, wrestling, and basketball, golf, soccer, tennis, baseball, softball, and track. Play ball! Pick up your free KOFO Sports Guide at Kramer Pharmacy, Neosho County Community College, Dials Construction, Midwest Auto Center, and Beanie's Body Shop. You can also view the KOFO Sports Guide online at KOFO.com.
Thank you for listening to the Superstand's Cleaning Service Rob Hedrick pregame show. Stand by. Kickoff for Cyclone football is next.
Let's see. That big yellow spot came from an ice cream cone. The brown spot was from a super hot cup of coffee. And that purpley blue gray shadow over there, well, I just couldn't say.
If you have troublesome carpet spots, spills, and stains, stop and call Super Stan, your cleaning man. Call 418-2463 for your free estimate. Eliminate spots, spills, stains, and purpley blue-gray shadows from your carpets. Super Stan's Cleaning Service, 418-2463.
Nothing is more important than the health of kids in Kansas. Schools and child care providers are doing their part to help kids grow up healthy by offering tasty, nutritious food choices and fun ways to be physically active. See what's going on with child nutrition and wellness in Kansas at www.kn-eat.org. Now is a great time to learn how to eat smart and play hard for life. Brought to you by the Kansas Department of Education and this station.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this broadcast of Ottawa Cyclone football on 103.7 FM, 1220, and online at KOFO.com. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Sutton's Jewelry, Quality Structures Incorporated, Ransom Memorial Health, Modern Woodman agent Dale Pearson, Ottawa University, and by Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Super Stan's Cleaning Service, Kramer Pharmacy, Kansas State Bank, Costantino's Price Chopper. Ottawa Cyclone football on KOFO is also brought to you by the Ottawa Recreation Commission, Adamson Brothers, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Arvest Bank, CarStar, C.S. Cunningham Construction, and by Leon's, the Ottawa Herald, Bank Midwest, the City of Ottawa, State Farm Agent Keith King, also by Ottawa Family Physicians, Bones Transportation, Ottawa High School, and Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic. Now let's return to the field and KOFO Sports Director Gary Bateman for Ottawa Cyclone football.
And back here at Steve Grogan Stadium, we get set for the kickoff of tonight's action between Ottawa and Eudora. Let's quickly go through other games in the area tonight. Osage City, 5-0 on the season, is on the road tonight over at Central Heights. The Vikings, losing last week, now 2-3 on the season. Our KOFO game of the week with Luke Queen up at Wellsville, where the Eagles will take on the Santa Fe Trail Chargers tonight, and that's on KOFO.com. Silver Lake travels to West Franklin this evening. Osawatomie hosting Anderson County in Pioneer League play. It's Paola on the road tonight at Piper, and the Pirates will give the Panthers a bit of a tussle. Tonganoxie is at Spring Hill this evening. Bonner Springs is at Baldwin. Lewisburg puts its perfect record on the line at home tonight against Atchison. It's Linden at Jefferson County North, and Hartford travels to Maridazine Valley. All the scores and reports from around the state of Kansas tonight on the Kansas High School Football Scoreboard Show with Nick Gosnell. That comes your way at 10 o'clock this evening right here on KOFO. Captain's meeting at the 50-yard line. It's a perfect evening for football. Wind will be perhaps a bit of a factor as it blows across the field from the Eudora sideline over toward this area. The temperature, though, is nice. The rain that we had earlier has moved out, and we expect good weather here this evening for this homecoming football game. Toss has been won by Ottawa. They'll decline and defer to the second half. So Eudora will receive the opening kickoff, and they'll move left to right as we see it here at Steve Grogan Stadium. Good crowd gathering here. Those of you not able to make it in person, we're certainly glad you're joining us by radio on this first Friday of October. Next week, the Cyclones go on the road again, and it'll be Lewisburg, the opponent. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock, 6:40 for the pregame show right here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. At halftime, we will get you the homecoming festivities here. Let you know who's this year's Queen and King. That comes your way tonight at the half. Tonight's opening kickoff is brought to you by Bones Transportation. They're a family-owned and operated trucking company in Ottawa for the past 50 years, over 50 years actually, and a longtime supporter of Ottawa Cyclone athletics. Paul Bones and all of the employees at Bones Transportation wish all of the Cyclone sports teams the best of luck this year. Bones Transportation in South Ottawa. Again, rain earlier today here in Ottawa, and that may make the track just a little bit fast. Dropping back deep for the Cardinals to receive Chad Bones' kick will be Matthew Evans and Caden Hortig. We hope you enjoyed this football broadcast here on KOFO as Bones awaits the official signal. And here we go. Line drive kick. And the receiver fields it at the 10 after stumbling. He'll get it out to the 20. And Evans only gets to about the 21-yard line before he's brought down. So right there, we already saw a bit of a little slick right there. Evans lost his footing, did manage to come up with the football, but only returned it to the 21. And that's where Eudora will start 1st and 10. Eudora 34. This time inside handoff and push forward to about the 38-yard line. And let's see who that is. That is Carter Nice. Handoff Elston off the right side. He's hit the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard before he is smothered. Gabriel Bueno was there to make the stop. Also, Chad Bones there as well, and it'll be a 3rd down and 4. Cardinals will send single receivers each side. The backfield is split behind Reason. That was the second effort that got Elston to the sticks. Cyclones shaken up on the play. One of the linemen, it appears. Both teams, well, Eudora over to their sideline, and now Ottawa will do that as well as they work with in the Friday Night Lights show. That, you know, the warm weather that came back here this afternoon, you got to make sure that you're well hydrated. I don't think that's what the situation was here, but Lee coming off under his own power. The Cardinals get a new set of downs at their own 45-yard line, 10:15 to play in the first period. 3 receivers in the set this time. Quinn, single man left, and reasonable work from the shotgun. I think that was Elston in the backfield, and Nice crosses the midfield stripe straight up the middle, and he gains about 6 yards. Right now, the Eudora line is getting the better of the Cyclones. The handoff goes to Nice straight up the middle, and he is right at the sticks at the 45 of Ottawa. They'll spot him short of the first down, 3rd down. And out of the shotgun. Nice gets the carry once again off the left side, has the first down inside. So Eudora, who started this drive at the 21, picks up another first down. They have it at the Ottawa 38. Early score from Pomona, right up the middle, has the first down to the 25. This is a very impressive drive by the Cardinals. They've not done anything except go off the between the tackles. First and 10. Anderson County has jumped out on top of Osawatomie tonight, 7-0 Bulldogs. Nice option play right. Actually a keeper. He's trying to get around the corner, and he's dragged down from behind and the yard. 4 down territory here for Eudora. They face a third. Six and a half to play first period. This drive has consumed 5.5 minutes already. Pushed by the Cyclones that time, and it'll be third down long. High formation in the backfield. 2 receivers to the far side. Reason talking things over with the Cyclone captain. Get a third down 19. Fortig goes wide to the left. There's twin receivers right, actually a man in the slot as well. Elston will roll right. He'll look to throw. He throws incomplete. Pass was intended for Lannion Ford. And it'll be fourth down and long. Cardinals will go for 2. High formation. Rolling out is Reason. Looks into the end zone. He's got his man, and the 2-point conversion is good. On the pass to Carter Nice. Timeout on the field, 5-7. And Eudora leads Ottawa 8-0. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Quality Structures Incorporated in Richmond is proud to sponsor this KOFO sports broadcast. They know that experience matters on the field and when it comes to your building.
Of USD 290 are proud of their student athletes, not only for their accomplishments.
79-yard Eudora drive for 24-yard pass play on 4th and 19 from Ezekiel Reason to Caden Hortig, and then Reason found Carter Nice for the 2-point conversion. Back deep for the Cyclones will be Xavion Bethe, and I believe that is Brandon Carlson, but we'll double check. Kickoff duties by Lannion Ford. Short kick, far sideline, is going to roll out of bounds. Quite frankly, Cyclones have done a pretty poor job of covering those short kicks this year. It's certainly not a bad idea to do that. Ottawa will get the ball at the 35, 1st and 10. Paola has jumped out to a 7-0 lead on Piper. Caleb Kessinger gets the start tonight at quarterback. Behind him is Xavi Bethe on 1st and 10. Handoff Bethe, no keeping it is Kessinger, looking to cut it against the grain. He got a yard, maybe a couple before he's hit. Play comes in from the sideline. That's Jose Richards. He'll split this side as a receiver. Bueno is the receiver far side. Handoff inside to Beathe, and he has positive yardage across the 40 out to around the 42. Third down, and let's call this a short 3. Anderson County has scored again. They lead Osawatomie 14-0. Period. Third down. Throwing his Kessinger. He's got his man, but the ball was dropped. Nice amount of broken that pass up, but it was on the money, intended out there. For Bones, and Chad just could not hold on at the 48, and the Cyclones facing a fourth down. Downs at about the 27-yard line. 41-yard punt with an 11-yard return, and Eudora has it at their own 27 for their second drive of the ball game. They lead it 8-0. Last drive, they took it down, method 6, maybe 7 yards. And it'll be a gain of 5 to the 32, second down 5. Try to also keep you up to date tonight on the Major League Baseball playoffs. Top of the third in Boston, the Red Sox lead the Yankees 3-0. Earlier, Houston beat Cleveland 7-2. Inside handoff to Nice on the quick hitter, and he gets the first down out to around the 39-yard line. Once again, he crosses the 40, gets it out to around the 42. That'll be a pickup of 3. Tomorrow afternoon, Ottawa University football on KOFO. Braves travel to Sterling to take on the Warriors. Kickoff 1 tomorrow afternoon. Hitter inside, and that is Nice once again, stretching out, but stopped just shy of the first down near the Cyclone 49. Actually, they gave him a favorable spot, and he got the first down outside the 49 tonight. Pitchback goes to Elston, looking for running room. Wraps him up as he crosses midfield. Gets it down to near the 47-yard line for a pickup of 4. Formation. It'll be a third down short. Nice again, has the first down, and gets it down to the 35-yard line. Well, this has just been textbook offensive football by Eudora so far in this ball game. Just inside the Ottawa 35, 1st and 10. This may be the final play of the first quarter. And it's Nice once again. He fumbled the ball, but Reason covered it. Actually got about a yard, second down 9. And that will be the final play of the first period. At the end of 1 here, the score is Eudora 8 and Ottawa nothing. We'll be back after this 1-minute break. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220, 103.7 FM, KOFO.
If you have a high school diploma or equivalent, a minimum of 1 year of clerical experience, and a valid driver's license, the City of Ottawa is recruiting for a special services officer. Complete an application online at hrepartners.com. For more information, visit City of Ottawa, Kansas Municipal Government on Facebook or their website, ottawaks.gov.
To protect your family and plan for your financial future, get to know your Modern Woodman agent.
Hello, I'm Dale Pearson, your Modern Woodman agent in Ottawa, Kansas. Call me today at 242-6566.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Dr. Mike Hyatt, Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic.
People in the United States will suffer at least 1 or 2 episodes of debilitating back pain in their life. You know, we see an epidemic in prescription medication abuse and overdose. Chiropractic is a natural, hands-on, patient-centered health care treatment for low back pain, for neck pain, for mid-back pain. We're an alternative to having to take medications. We're an alternative to having to have surgery.
For your free consultation, call 785-242-4100.
Second quarter set to begin. Eudora will go out of the shotgun here on 2nd and 9. Hand off the nice big hole up the middle. Now it's a race for the end zone. And Xavi Vite trips him up all the way down to the 5-yard line. Vite with a touchdown-saving tackle, but a big gain by Carter Nice, and it's 1st and goal. Nice right up the middle. Gets a couple of yards down. Oh, no, actually, no. He got it. So 14-0 here, early second period. Cardinals will once again go for. Rolling out Reason, looking into the end zone, throws, and the pass is dropped. 2-point conversion fails. There's timeout on the field with 11 minutes to play in the half. Ball on KOFO.
What it means to be, you brave is to be yourself. What I've learned here is I've created memories with friends, and I was actually really comfortable being in my own skin here. Everybody has their own personality, and we're all unique here, just trying to live significant lives. And I think I'm going to leave here with an imprint that will last forever and that I can hold on to and look back at and laugh.
Another draw. Ford will kick it off. High kick, and fielded on the run at the 23 by Brandon Carlson. He breaks a couple tackles, gets it across the 35, and Ottawa will have pretty good field position to start this drive. Cyclones went 3 and out on their opening possession for about 14 of the 16 minutes that we played so far. On 1st and 10, Bethe is the back behind Kessinger. Ottawa has twins to each side. Looking to throw out in the flat, has Bueno. Bueno, 45, 47. Osawatomie has scored in their game against Anderson County. Bulldogs still lead the Trojans 14-6. Bringing down to around the 48. High school football scoreboard show tonight at 10 o'clock on KOFO. Pitch goes to Bethe. Bethe's got a nice hole, and he's got it inside the 45 and is shy by about a yard. They trail 14-0 with 9 in front for Eudora. Bethe has a hole, breaks into the secondary, gets it down to the 35. So the Cyclone offensive line opening some nice holes for Xavi Bethe, and Ottawa has keeper on Kessinger, and he's got about 4, maybe 5 to the 31-yard. Drive started at their own 36-yard line. Ethay behind Kessinger, working from the shotgun. Hand off Ethay once again. Stutter steps, gets into the secondary, and inside the 20-yard line before he's finally brought down. Cyclones with a first down at the 20, just inside the 20-yard line. Clock is running. White brings the play call in from the bench. Elias with an injured thumb, suffered last week at Bonner Springs. And the handoff goes to White. Lined up in the backfield, and Elias gets positive yardage down inside the 15. And he'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Cyclones. Carlson goes wide to the left. Twin receivers this side. 3rd down 5. White on the quick hitter, and boy, he's stacked up as he gets to the 14. That may have been, I'm not sure who that was. We don't have that number on our roster, but only a gain of a yard, and it's a 4th down and 4 for Ottawa. It was the right tackle, Aaron Doran. And that has to change the play call then. 4th and 9, much more than 4. Fourth and 9, they need to reach just inside the 10. Kessinger drops straight back, throws the pattern into the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. And Eudora is held on downs. So now the Cyclone defense has got to step up. That's a pickup of 4. And Ottawa's had no answer so far for those quick hitters. Another score for Anderson County, and the Bulldogs lead Osawatomie 22-6. It'll be 3rd down and a long 9. Two receivers. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-943 Dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-943.
First down inside the 40. Clock is running again, 2:18 to go in the half. Reason on first. Pitch is fumbled, and Nelson will fall on it back at the line of scrimmage. Third time. Watkins left, Hordig right. Line. Sure to join us Tuesday evening for the Pizza Time Kent Kessler Show, live from Pizza Time in downtown. Getting underway at Sure to join us Tuesday evening for the Pizza Time Kent Kessler Show, live from Pizza Time in downtown. Getting underway at 7:06 following the KOFO News. Join us at Pizza Time during the show and ask Coach K a question. It's used on the air. You'll be registered to win a free large single-topping pizza from Pizza Time. That's Tuesday night, 7:06 at Pizza Time, the Kent Kessler Show on KOFO. 1st and 10, Ottawa. Hanson Elias, we get a score right here. You get the second half kickoff. We've got a long way to cover. In motion, Aho. Kessinger to throw. Has out in the flat. Bueno, and that pass is overthrown and nearly intercepted. Fortunately for the Cyclones, that ball sailed on Kessinger. Stops the clock with 38.5 seconds to play in the first half. Eudora leads at 14-0. They scored on their opening drive of 79 yards and the subsequent drive of 71. Go. A 3rd and 10 situation for Ottawa. Kessinger will throw out in the flat, finds Chad Bones, who steps out of bounds at the 40, and that's a first down. So Eudora was worried about the deep ball, but Ottawa got it far enough to move the chains, stop the clock with 30.9 to play here in the first half. On first down, Kessinger out in the flat once again. Eudora territory to the 48. And it stops the clock with 27 seconds. Bethe will check into the lineup for Ottawa. He'll replace Richards. Trip receivers right, Twins to the left, so empty backfield here. Blitz up the middle, pass across the middle is incomplete, thrown too high for Richards. Rajo, I should say. Stops the clock with 23.5 seconds to play. Kessinger went over to the sidelines for the play call. Got Carlson left. Also a man here to the right. The throw down the flat for White. That was a lateral. And White will run out of bounds for little, if any, gain at the 48. 18.6 seconds to play in the half. Silver Lake now leads West Franklin 28-7 in the second period. Falcons have jumped out to a 7-0 lead, but Silver Lake came storming back. Blitz up the middle. Kessinger throws a deep ball down there for Bones. That'll pass will be intercepted. And a second turnover of the night on Ottawa High. And Eudora can take a knee and go to the halftime with a 14-point lead. Stops the clock, 11.2 seconds to go in the half. Nelson from the shotgun. Rolling right, looks to throw. Now pulls it down. He's got a yardage across the 40 and is out of bounds, stopping the clock. They'll mark it at the Cardinal 44. Baldwin has scored. They kicked the field goal. They trail Bonner Springs 20-3 late in the first half. Paola has scored. They've widened their lead to 8 over Piper, 14-6. Trips left, single man right. Elston rolls left. Looks, pulls it down, and clock will run out as he's brought down at the 46. That is the end of the first half of play, and the Eudora Cardinals lead the Ottawa Cyclones 14-0. We're going to take a 1-minute break, come back with halftime festivities. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1223.7 FM, KOFO.
Chad Bruner.
Board members, thank you.
Many people are finding themselves spending more and more time sitting behind a computer or standing for long hours during the day. Each time we lean forward 60 degrees, the stress placed on our neck is increased dramatically. Bad posture can lead to numbness, pain, pinched nerves, and even affect your breathing. Stress on your neck can also lead to tense upper back and shoulder muscles, resulting in frequent headaches due to this poor posture.
For this KOFO sports broadcast, and honored to help so many families in the community with compassionate care when it's needed most. Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
14-0 Eudora at the half. And now 2000 Derek Chappell.
Members here to share and celebrate this evening. At this time, we'd like to welcome back last year's homecoming royalty, Queen Grace Collins and King Brendan Fitzenmeyer, and their court, Sutton Jung, Austin Romstead, and Travis Lutz. We appreciate your attendance and support by returning to Steve Grogan Stadium this evening. And now your candidates for the 2018 Homecoming Royalty, including their favorite quote, hero, and future plans. Our first Queen candidate is Miss Emery Catlin. Emery is being escorted by Spirit Squad member Jolyn DeShazer and accompanied by her parents, Lori and Tim Catlin. Emery likes to live life with a smile on her face, as you can tell by her favorite quote. I also believe in Bigfoot, so don't get too excited. When asked about her heroes, Emery says her parents State University to major in biochemistry. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Emery Catlin. Our first King candidate is Mr. Brandon Carlson. Brandon is being escorted by Spirit Squad member Amaya Group and accompanied by his mother, Renee Surita. Brandon likes to live life by this quote from sportscaster Vin Scully. Losing feels worse than winning feels good. When asked about his hero, Brandon says, my hero is my mom because she's been by my... Brandon's plans after high school are to eventually obtain a college. Juliet Lane. Juliet is being escorted by Spirit Squad member Grace E9 and accompanied by her parents, Brent and Shanda Lane. Juliet's quote comes from the late great woman, Miss Juliet Lane. He has helped me develop my faith in God and has taught me all of the important aspects of being an ethical person. If I had a dime for every time he told me the word no, I'd be rich. But if he didn't, I wouldn't have the morals and values that define me today. It is Miss Morgan Waterman. Morgan is being escorted by Spirit Squad member Kylie Eversole and accompanied by her parents, Doug and Leslie Waterman. Morgan, if you say you can't, you won't. If you say you can, you will. Morgan's heroes are her parents. They've always been there for me and have supported me in everything I do. They are both such hardworking. Start and own her own business. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Morgan Waterman. Our final King candidate is Mr. Isaac Wingert. Talk low, talk slow, and don't say too much. Isaac has many heroes. My family, my classmates, and my teachers have been a huge part of my life. I've learned something special. How about another big hand for all of the 2018 homecoming candidates? At this time, we ask last year's Queen, Grace Collins, to please crown the 2018 Ottawa High School Homecoming King. Mr. Colin Hansen. Colin, we now ask you to crown the 2018 Ottawa High School Homecoming Queen, Miss Juliet Lane. Congratulations to Queen Juliet and King Colin. And we congratulate all our candidates, royalty, Emery Catlin, Brandon Carlson, Morgan Waterman, Isaac Wingert. and your 2018 King Cullen and Queen Juliet. Congratulations to all.
So homecoming King and Queen for 2018. Colin Hansen Lane. Halftime score here at Steve Grogan Stadium is...
or equivalent, a minimum of 1 year of clerical experience and a valid driver's license. The City of Ottawa is recruiting for a special services officer.
Pisa would simply be known as the Towers Cunningham, 785-242-7101.
At State Farm, our goal is to help protect and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by.
Heating and cooling. Call to have your air conditioning system serviced today at 785-242-9270.
Season. Call Kramer Pharmacy today and ask about...
You are listening to Ottawa Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
I came here to run cross-country and track team, to be a family.
Be a brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
Want to win a shopping spree? You're in luck because the Ottawa... Go to ottawaherald.com/contest and enter today.
Hi, this is Margie Hindeleiter from Bank Midwest. You'll often hear us say...
Asian markets. Unfortunately for Australian wheat farmers, their crop has been plagued by drought and freeze. They won't be able to meet the export demand for the white wheat they grow. This gives Kansas wheat farmers the chance to meet the international demand that is available over the next year, while Australia's exports lag.
Australia is the only competitor to the U.S. in the hard white wheat market. Australia recently hours and possibly a thunderstorm after 2 tomorrow morning over 7. Tomorrow is starting a trend that will go through the end of the weekend. 100%. The high of 72. I'm Sam White, KOFO News.
If you have a high school diploma, Kansas Municipal Government on Facebook.
Crumbly looking, isn't it?
And sometimes twice per day. Keep up with us on Leon's Facebook page or call 242-8227.
No matter the brand, Adamson Brothers can prepare your AC for the hot summer months ahead. Call them today at 785-242-9270.
Sports broadcast and wishes all the area teams good luck this season. Call Kramer Pharmacy today and ask about their convenient MedSync program that allows you to have all your prescriptions filled at the same time each month. Call 242-2055. Ottawa High School staff and faculty, along with the administration of USD 290, are proud of their student athletes, not only for their accomplishments during competition, but how they conduct themselves as members of the community. Good luck and go Cyclones.
Back here at Steve Grogan Stadium, 14-0 Eudora at the half. Other scores to pass along to you. Halftime scores, Osage City shutting out Central Heights 41-0. Santa Fe Trail on a late fumble recovery and score leads Wellsville at the half 16-8. That is our KOFO game of the week. Luke Crink at Wellsville tonight. Late second period, Silver Lake all over West Franklin 42-7. At the half, Paola 21, Piper 6. No score to report to you on Tonganoxie and Spring Hill. Bonner Springs leads at the half 26-3. Lewisburg shutting out Atchison at halftime 20-0. Jefferson North leads Boston Red Sox lead the New York Yankees after 5-0. Milwaukee Brewers shut out the Colorado Rockies 4-0 to move to 2-0 in their series against Colorado. And the Houston Astros beat the Cleveland Indians 7-2 to take game number 1. The Cyclones are back out on the field, as are the Cardinals. And we'll have the second half for you coming up in 1 minute. It's 14-0 Eudora, and this is Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Want to win a shopping spree? You're in luck because the Ottawa Herald has partnered with...
Price Chopper has the best rewards program in town. Only Price Chopper lets you earn points on all your purchases. Visit mypricechopper.com and start saving on food or fuel today. Shop Cosentino's, your local family-owned grocer since 1948. Dr. Mike Hyatt, Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic.
People in the United States will suffer at least 1 or 2 episodes of debilitating back pain in their life. You know, we see an epidemic in prescription medication abuse and overdose overdose. Chiropractic is a natural, hands-on, patient-centered health care treatment for low back pain, for neck pain, for mid-back pain. We're an alternative to having to take medications. We're an alternative to having to have surgery.
For your free consultation, call 785-242-4100.
Ottawa will get the second half kickoff. The Cyclones need to get the ball down the field and get into the end zone as they trail here by 14. Eudora with 2 long drives to start off the game, 79 yards on their opening possession, and then after a 3-and-out by Ottawa, another 71-yard drive. Cyclones defense then stiffened a bit later on in that second period, but by that time the Cyclones already down, and the offense, even though getting in the ball into the red zone on one of their drives, unable to take advantage of it. Sterling Warriors are the opponent. The game at Sterling, 1:30 is kickoff, 12:30 for pregame with Bob Johnson tomorrow afternoon right here on KOFO. And don't forget, tonight at 10 o'clock, it's the high school football scoreboard show. Nick Gosnell is your host, and he'll get you scores and reports from around the state of Kansas here on this week number 6 of high school football. It's the high school football scoreboard show at 10 o'clock tonight. Ball to start the third quarter. Which side to be on? Bethay and Carlson will be back deep for Ottawa. So the Cardinals crossed the line before the ball was kicked. That'll move it back 5 yards. Ottawa moved the ball pretty well on the ground in the first half, but Bethay is the running back behind Kessinger on 1st and 10 with twin receivers to each side. Kessinger and Bethay not connecting on that handoff and nearly cost the Cyclones dearly. Count. Handoff goes to Bethay off the left tackle. He crosses the 20 out to near the 21. It'll be 3rd down and 9 coming up for Ottawa. They're going to call it 3rd and 10. They spot the ball right at the 20-yard line. Play clock at 13 as the Cyclones get to the line. Blitz being shown by the Cardinals. Here they come. Kessinger rolling, looking, throwing deep down the field. Has a man. The pass is incomplete, but there's a pass interference call coming up on Eudora. There's also a flag back at the 25. And that's an illegal man downfield, it appears, so these penalties will probably offset. Offsetting penalties. Hutchison has scored. Lewisburg leads the Redmen by the score of 20-7, third period. Pass across the middle is incomplete. Couldn't tell if that one was intended for Aho or Bueno, but it falls incomplete and brings up line drive kick. Takes a Cyclone roll across the 45 of Eudora and rolls dead at the 40, so that's a 40-yard kick with no return. But good field position for the Cardinals to start this drive with 10:22 to play in the third quarter. Eudora on top, 14-0 hitter in the first half. Reason the quarterback underneath center. He is just a sophomore. Got senior running backs. And the handoff goes to Carter Nice, who picks up a couple of yards to the 42. Single receivers to each side of the field. Split backfield behind Reason on 2nd down and 8. Keeping his Reason, he's got an opening. He's across the 45 and close to first down yardage, just shy of midfield. 3rd and 1 coming up. Anderson County's lead over Osawatomie now 30-12 after Osawatomie scores. That game, about 8.5 minutes to go, 3rd period. And it's going to be Elston. I don't think he got there. Sorry, Nice on the carry. They stopped him short. It'll be 4th down. And now Sean Hayden has a bit of a decision here. I'd imagine they would go for it, but you run the risk of giving Ottawa a good field position if you don't make it. 4th down and about 1.5 feet. Eudora leads 14-0. Driving with the ball just shy of the Cyclone 46. Nice again with the handoff, and he crosses the 45 down to around the 42 before Cameron Reynolds wraps him up. That's a gain of 5 on 1st down. Done it effective Cyclone, 15 off the right side, 35 rather. Andy Pelson's going to go down easily. 1st down for the Cardinals at the Cyclone 21. This drive started at the Eudora 40. Carter Nice, who's been so effective, and you can't discount Elston, and Reason has gotten some nice openings. Option left this time, and nothing. Clock down to 6 minutes to play, 3rd period. Time Elston out of the shotgun, keeps it himself, hit, breaks the tackle, and he is going to go all the way down and score. Touchdown, Eudora. Cardinals will go for 2. And Elston out of the shotgun. He'll roll right. He'll throw. And that pass is going to be, they get it?
Our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected.
Hit Leon's in downtown Ottawa. We will have blowout specials every day. Last Monday, it was buy any super burrito and get one.
Of the 3rd period. Line drive kick that Bethay will field at the 10. Xavi to the 45-50. It's a foot race, and I don't believe they're going to catch him. Xavi Bethay is going to go 90 yards at the 20-yard line of Eudora. Personal foul against Eudora. So the Cyclones are on the board. Xavi Bethay, 90 yards on the kickoff return. Chad Bones in to try the extra point. Brandon Carlson will hold. Carlson, a new holder. Jackson Allen had been doing that before he was injured last. Bones' kick is up and good. Timeout on the field with 5:30 to play, 3rd period. The score now, Eudora 20 and Ottawa 7. And we'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Ottawa High Football on 1220, 103.7 FM, KOFO.
Many people are finding themselves spending more and more time sitting behind a computer or standing for long hours during the day. Each time we lean forward 60 degrees, the stress placed on our neck is increased dramatically. Bad posture can lead to numbness, pain, tense nerves, and even affect your breathing. Stress on your neck can also lead to tense. This is Dr. Sherry Jung at Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic. Give us a call today for a no-charge consultation at 785-242-4100.
90-yard kickoff return. Chad Bones tacks on the extra point. Xavi Vithe just kind of biding his time until a hole opened up. And he raced through it and took it all the way to the house. Make it 20-7. Santa Fe Trails widened its lead on Wellsville. They lead the Eagles 22-8 in our KOFO Game of the Week at KOFO.com. Silver Lake leading West Franklin 49-7. 49 unanswered points. I think that was Chad Bones on the recovery, but we're going to have to check and see. Maybe it was tucked way back into this one. Second turnover of the night on the Cardinals. Trip receiver. Kessinger will throw out in the flat, looking for Carlson, and he underthrew it. Bonner Springs now leads Baldwin 33-3 in the third period. Second and 10 Cyclones at the 23-yard line. Pitch back goes to Bethe. Bethe gets a couple, maybe, down to the 22, actually a gain of only about one. Alexander Allison made the intended receiver, and it was picked off. Was that Elston with the interception? He went directly to the ground at the 6th. Hopper down in 2, they'll say. Face mask penalty. On top of the play, he'll take it all the way out to the 42-yard line. Ayola has scored again. They lead Piper tonight, 28-6. Second down, 14. Eudora will be back home. And off to Nice, and this time he gets it to around the 43.5-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a third down and 8. Cyclone defense needs a stop here. 3rd and 8. Flag thrown. That'll be a false start. Keeps it himself. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. Fights forward for a couple of yards to about the 42. But it'll be 4th down and long, and Ottawa sends. Sporting will go back to kick it. Carlson is the deep man. Late third period. Eudora up 20-7. Sporting's kick is high. Takes a Eudora roll inside the 25. It'll be down near the 20.
Congratulations. Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
At State Farm, our goal is to help.
We'll pass along to you here in just a moment or two. Kessinger out of the 28. This is the 35 to the 36. Now that's a much better reverse play than the one they ran on the first play of this drive. And White gets 4, second down 6. Kessinger to throw out in the but a loss on the play as that pass took way too long to get out there. That's just not a throw at this point in his career that Kessinger's going to be able to make effectively. It just took too long to get out there to Elias White, and by the time he caught the football, the defender was right on top of him. It'll be 3rd down and 7. You've got to gun that ball to that receiver, so they've got some time to make a move. Third down, 7. Bueno, and the pass is incomplete. He had an opportunity to kick it, did not do that, and so now Eudora will get the ball at the Ottawa 35-yard line. Boy, if you're running that way, 35. Reason. On the pitch, fumbled the football, and looks like Eudora recovered it back at the Bueno and Aho wide. Bueno and Aho wide to the right. Carlson wide left here. Handoff goes. Kessinger will throw out in the flat for Richards. Has him. He's at the 50. Lost the football. Scramble for it. Eudora has recovered. 4. Cardinals will have the football at their own 47, 1st and 10, with 6:17 to go. First and 10 for Eudora. Two-point conversion. Hillsville. Santa Fe Trail defeats the Eagles tonight 22-8. Bethay and Carlson are back deep. Line drive kick near side. Bethay will field it once again at the 10. 20, 25, 30. Breaks into the open once again. Now down the sidelines. He'll be run out of bounds at the 50. And, he ran into the bench. .4:17 to go. Intended for Carlson. It'll be 3rd and short. Is the running back. First and goal for the Cyclones. Timeout called for by Eudora. 3:27 to go. Eudora 26, Ottawa 7. 30-second break. This is Ottawa High Football on KOFO.
Ask any coach. Wishing for a good game is not the best game plan. At home, wishing your carpet and furniture were clean isn't much of a game plan either. Stop wishing. Let Super Stan be your cleaning man. Super Stan's Cleaning Service at 418-2463. Stan's been making life clean, fresh, and more enjoy pets, unexpected visits from relatives. They all can take a toll on your carpet. Live life clean and fresh. Call Super Stan's Cleaning Service today at 418-63. Let Stan be your cleaning man. 418-2463.
Ottawa has it first and goal at the 4. Took it away from the defenders. At 6'2", he's certainly capable of doing that. Let's see if the Cyclones can get it in quickly here. White, the running back. Kessinger out of the shotgun. He looks to throw, rolling right, avoids a man, now throws across the way. That pass is intercepted. And this one could go the distance. It's Noah Watkins. He's at the Ottawa 4, or the Eudora 40, still on his feet, breaks another tackle, and there he goes. Noah Watkins is going to go 100 yards with an interception return. There is a flag thrown at the Cyclone 15. So Watkins picks off that pass as Kessinger. Cardinals with a personal foul penalty. That's going to wipe the touchdown off then. Well, that's a shame for the young man. He not only picked that ball off, but made a very, very nice run, broke 3 tackles around the 50. Ball. The interception by Watkins. Nelson hands it off to Nice. Check that. I'm sorry, that's not Nice. That is Camden Willits, senior running. Third and 1, picks up the first down as he crosses the 20. Anderson.
Have surgery.
For your free consultation, call 785-242-4100.
And we're back. One more round, Cindy, and you win.
I'm ready.
Name a bank with at least 250 locations.
Arvest Bank.
Yes. Name a bank with longer hours and award-winning service.
Arvest.
Yes, that can give you a mortgage, credit card, or loan.
Arvest.
Has a free blue checking account you can open online.
Arvest.
And has an online switch kit.
Arvest Bank.
That is correct. You're a winner.
You can be a winner too when you open a free blue checking at Arvest Bank. Go to arvest.com/switch or visit a friendly nearby associate. Equal housing lender.
First aid cabinet make your employees more prepared? How can comfortable work apparel make your business more productive? For over 1 million customers, the answer is simple. Ready for the workday.
Well, the homecoming crowd here at Ottawa High goes home unhappy. Losing tonight to Eudora 26-7. Cardinals really won this game with their first 2 possessions. They went 79. 2-point conversion was good on a pass from Reason to Carter Nice to make it 8-0. First minute of the second period, it was Nice once again, this time scoring on a 4-yard run. 2-point conversion pass failed, and it was 14-0 with his second touchdown of the night, 8 yards on that score. And that's your final, 26-7. Pittsburgh to take on the Wildcats. Kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock. Pregame show here on KOFO at 6:40. Once again, your final here tonight. Eudora 20. And this is
Podcast of Ottawa Cyclone football on 103.7 FM, 1220, and KOFO. Super Stands Cleaning Service, Kramer Pharmacy, Kansas State CS Cunningham Construction, and by Leon's, the Ottawa Herald.